Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena I am proud to showcase you the deck that finally got me to Mythic. Man, it was so tough for me. I almost gave up on this sort of dream of getting to Mythic this season. I was almost there, and then I took a bunch of losses and I deranked really hard, almost down to Diamond Tier 4. And then yesterday I managed to finally hit that Mythic rank with this deck. And this is not actually my deck. This is a deck that I found online. A user by the name of Sassafras has a 69% win rate with this deck based on 133 matches. Now, Dimir Midrange is actually in a very strong position. It's currently a B tier deck. It's got about a 56% win rate based on 36,000 matches if you look on Untapped. But Sassafras has done some interesting things that I do think make sense. The big thing that they've done is that they've cut out the Preacher of the Schism. If you go into Untapped, you'll see that almost all the decks are playing 4 of these, and they've cut that out and they've added more interaction and disruption. In particular, the Tishana Tidebinder is very, very good against artifacts, I found, because often what they'll do is they'll repurposing Bay, wanting to find the Star Cage to take out all your little creatures like the Cecil, the Spyglass Siren, and the Bat, and then you bring down an extra body with Tishana, you counter the repurposing Bay, they've sacrificed an artifact as well, and now you're way ahead and you kind of disrupt their whole plan. So that's really good. And then the other disruption that they have is 4 Phantom Interference. Playing 4 of these in best of 1, I don't know if that is exactly how I would design it, but I did actually really like this card because it can also get you a 2/2 fly. So I think the fact that it operates as both a creature potentially and a counter is really good, and I was always happy to have this in my hand. And then the rest of the deck is really built around having removal like Stab, Shoot the Sheriff, Nowhere to Run, Deep-Cavern Bat, and Bitter Triumph. And then, of course, the real kingpin of this deck is Kaito. This card is so good. Control struggles with it because they can't sweep it up. The only way they can deal with it is get lost, and they have to tap out on their turn to deal with it as well. So that's a real problem for them. They don't like tapping out on their turn. And then it is also very good against aggro because it can tap down their stuff. And then the Enduring Curiosity is the value engine of this deck, drawing you cards. And then we have also the 0-point Ballad. This is a card that I've never played with, but it's 1 black and X, destroy all creatures with toughness X or less and lose X life, and if X is 6 or more you can do a reanimation. So this is pretty good to deal with aggro decks. Obviously against mono red, this is kind of a risky strategy because losing life against them is often a death sentence, but you know, that's what Sassafras has gone with, so that's what I'm going to be trying today. Now I just want to say, the game that actually got me to Mythic is not in today's video. I played a bunch of games last night and finished my recording, and then I was so close that I said, okay, let me just try and get there in my private time, and I did manage to get there in my private time. But the other games are here, and also my Untapped profile is public, and so if you ever want to check anything out, it's all there on my Untapped profile. You can verify that everything that I'm telling you is true. I did actually get to Mythic with this exact deck, and you can check it there. It is in the video description. But yeah, that's what we're doing today, and I hope you enjoy it. And as always, I may be the Nostalgic Necro, but I'm putting that nostalgia aside because I want to showcase this very powerful deck that Sassafras has put together that I was able to navigate to Mythic in the arena today. Opponent goes first. I'd love to go first, but it's not the worst situation. Okay. So this is possibly the mirror. If it's the mirror, then they're gonna have Floodpits Drowner. They're going to tap my bat and put it away, so I really don't want to do that. I'd rather Floodpits drown at the end of their turn, to be honest, if that is what it is. I don't know if it is. But the idea of me taking something out their hand and then them putting my bat away is kind of sad. I don't really like that. I think this is better. Spelling Exhale. Okay, well now at least they are tapped. Maybe now we go for the bat. Let's go for the bat now and see what's going on. Okay, it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was control. I mean, I thought it was the mirror. We just take the Scavenger Regent chip because I don't want them to kill my bats. I really would like to Oh, but then now I guess... Okay, hold on. Guess we kited this in. I wasn't really thinking there, to be honest. I think this is still the best play. No, it's weird because it means that they get it back, but at least they couldn't kill the bats. And now we have a Planeswalker, which might be tough for them to deal with. I don't know.
Your tech is way. Ha! I love
We can double bat next turn. I think we definitely want this. Don't need nowhere to run against them. Land is great. Okay, so Kaito's definitely given us some advantage here. Tough for opponent to deal with. They have into the Floodmaw. Scavenger Regent. Well, we can kill the Scavenger Regent for sure. Just pay 3 life here. What have we been? Is it the Floodpits Drowner? Probably. I don't think this is a creature deck, so let's try to play Bat now to disrupt them as much as possible. Maybe now we can get him back with the Kaito. Singularity, boy. Can't have that resolving. It's gonna have to be that. Force them to find another sweeper. Opponent stocks up. Well, it'll be nice to hit land, I'll tell you that much. If we hit land, we can potentially Bat and Kaito next turn. That'll be really nice. They know about Kaito, so they don't like... Okay. It's pretty good for us, actually, all things considered. So we can Bat up again. We only have 1 mana, so I think let's Bat up first and have a look at the hand. Oh boy. Mill half our library. This... Oh boy. 3, 6, 7. We'll still take this. It does force them to use their removal on it. Attack with this fish. Ninjutsu Kaito.
Eyes up and stay out of the shadows and into the fray.
Do we just go for max damage here? We don't have much time. +1/+1. Nothing else is a ninja, right? They're gonna mill. They're gonna kill this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, how much is this? 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 3. They got exactly 6. So they can kill this at instant speed and mill half our library. I don't know if this is a mistake. I'm going for max damage here. I don't think we have time.
I just hate a fair fight.
We need to like pound this opponent hard every turn until they're just dead. I think next time we try hopefully to flash in the Enduring Curiosity maybe. Interesting that the opponent took a turn off for the Exhale. I was sure that they were going to kill the bats. Okay. I'm still going for this plan. Whether it's the right plan or not, I really don't know. I'll pay 2 life. I don't think life matters here. We know that the opponent's going to has this to kill all creatures, so there's no point playing creatures right now. This counters a target activated or triggered ability. One is down to 7 here. I think we still do this, right? It forces them to counter. Is this a triggered or activated ability? I don't actually know how this card works. I'm gonna try. Okay, we forced him to use the counter there, which is pretty good. Okay, I think they can always make a fish now, so I guess we need some removal.
Information is its own weapon.
I think we want both of these, huh? Because we can prevent the fish from happening. And this gives us a counter unless controller pays 2. Very interesting game here. I think we're going for the Enduring Curiosity at the end of turn, unless opponent does something pretty wild here. They play River Regent, wow. And they have exactly 2 mana open, damn. Force them to tap out here. Oof. So we can counter it, force him to tap out. Create a 2/2, but then we can't get in the Enduring Curiosity. Wow. Don't think it's worth it, right? I think we will go for this. It's kind of our best shot at getting this down. They have the Dispelling Exhale. So now we have all the information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't really stop them from playing this. There's Cecil here. Hold Phantom Interference and the Tidebinder for flash. We can also, we can actually, sorry, hold on. We can actually just get Kaito down here. What am I thinking? Oh, but there's no point doing it. We still will get it down though, I guess. It does become a creature next turn. And
The housewarming party has arrived.
2 stun counters on this. On block next turn, so now opponent has to
Rethink your life.
deal with this thing somehow. And we have the Tidebinder to deal with the Fountain Ports. Okay, so we do this, force them to tap out. Okay, force them to pay 2, so now they can't get this Fountain Port creature that they want to use to block. They mill half our stuff. They only have 2 mana. We give this thing an emblem. I knew these emblems would come in handy.
I just
Oof. That felt good. That was a very, very fun game, actually. I had a really good time on that game. Okay, man. Well, I had a really good time in that last game. Very, very interesting game. Opponent goes first. Floodpits Drowner, Phantom Interference. Scavenger. Well, that has to be stabbed immediately. Pay 2 life. Stab. Don't need to think about that. It just gets stabbed. If there's any creature that you use your stab on, I feel like it's this one. Does opponent have another land? Oh, it's tap land? Why did this stop on my draw phase? Did I put a stop by mistake? Okay. Play this. I guess we use Shoot the Sheriff because it's less flexible. I mean, this can kind of take out a Planeswalker or anything like that later, so I think that's cool. Be great to get to a point where we can just hold up a counter here. That would be really nice. Okay, we have the ability to hold up a counter now. That's really good. So we know this is a creatures deck. It's probably enchantments, right? Do we get the Floodpits Drowner now down, even if they don't play a creature? Do we go for the Tidebinder? This is more damage. I feel like we need to apply some pressure here. Okay, opponent's got removal of their own here, it seems. Maybe it's bounce. Okay, the Siren's really nice. Virtue of Loyalty. Oh boy, I wish I could counter that. Okay, I guess we Floodpits Drowner it. Do they have a way of protecting it? They don't, so we will get through for 3 here. Down the Siren. Giving us a map token. Okay, this is a very important turn, I feel. Opponent's got 4 cards. And now they have their creature. Opponent has 3 land. What do they do with that 3 land? Ethereal Armor. Gives them a 1/1. Gearing Curiosity is pretty nice. Oof, if they have protection, we're kind of toast though. I think we have to kill this. We have to pay 3 life and kill this. Hope they don't have protection, otherwise we just cooked you. Okay. Put this on this. It is land, that's really nice. Attack, attack. This thing has first strike, they got the Virtue of Loyalty. We can't counter, unfortunately. Let's see how bad this is. Okay, the Virtue of Loyalty is not the worst thing in the world. I think we're looking in a good spot here, to be honest, because we have the counter now. Okay, I think we do this. I think we will discard a land though, right? Much as I want my land, I don't think we can afford to lose more life here. What does this thing do? Each creature you control. Okay, this counter is really important. It's got to counter something big. And now we have to find removal for this pesky 2/2 before it really does something impactful. Entity Tracker. Okay, this virtue is certainly showing itself to be more problematic than I thought it would be. I think opponent is making... Unless they've got a trick here that I'm not aware of, I think that's a mistake. They must have a trick though, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll counter that though. Try to keep this board state manageable. Okay, they got a 3/4 bat. Just this. Attack with our flyer here. Land. Not really what we want to be doing here. No to run. Okay, that's actually really good. This can enter tapped. We need a bat here. And I think we just kill this right now while we can, because they could have protection or something like that. So just get rid of this before it starts causing too many problems. What does this card do that they had? Man, this opponent just never draws land. I just need them to have one turn where they don't go nuts here. Come on. Okay, Cecil. Let's draw cards. Oh, I love Enduring Curiosity when it gets me cards like this. But all I'm drawing is lands. I think every card I've drawn with this Enduring Curiosity so far has just been lands. Okay, opponent scoops! Oof. Felt pretty tight there. Opponent goes first. Have I been on the draw again every game today? That is... It's been my luck lately. But actually I've been on the play a lot. It's just more when I've been recording, I think, that I've been on the draw. When I've just been playing for fun, I feel like I've been on the play a lot, so this is maybe the way to even things out. Okay, well, we go for Cecil. This is very important. Toughness, X or less. Well, I think we are countering whatever they do and trying to wipe this board clean next turn. That's kind of the plan. If we use 2, we can actually keep our Cecil, so that's pretty cool. Hydra. Oh no, I didn't realize they could get the Hydra big. Damn. Could have counted the Hydra. I didn't realize that they had a way of... Oh, that's such a mistake on my side. Yeah, okay, that's pretty bad. We're still going to have to try and do this. Okay, that's a very big misplay on my side. I could have countered the Hydra and then wiped out their board. I didn't think that they would have a land. Okay. This has to be done. Cecil sits back as a blocker. Oh man, I'm so frustrated with myself for that. That is such a bad misplay. Oh boy. Okay, well let's see. It's still possible. If we can just untap and hold this counter up, maybe it's still possible. We just did this turn. Snakeskin Veil. Well, I've got no one to blame but myself there, so... Gotta learn the lesson, you know. 24. Okay, well, I think we actually could have won that game had I just not misplayed terribly there. So, you know, that just happens, and I've learned not to get frustrated with it. You just take it on the chin, you move on. Now you know. Okay, in the last game, a terrible misplay cost me the win there. I'm trying not to be too frustrated with myself, but I am. This is a good hand, and we're on the play. And we have blue. Don't have black, but we have Starting Town to get us black. I think it's good enough. Okay. I do love the sort of Siren turn 1. It always feels like pretty nice. So do we bat or do we map? I think we bat. Next turn maybe we map if we can't draw land, but let's find out what's going on here. Oh my word. Well, I am very interested in this because I do love Reanimator. What are you doing, buddy? Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. A control is just library of basic land card and put it on the battlefield. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. Sacrifice, return target creature who's buried a card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so if we take this, then they can't play it next turn. I don't want them to have access to this. I think we do this, and then force them to use this. And then we take it back with a bat, because this is like their reanimation spell. Kind of my thinking. This is instant speed. Opponent's playing pretty patient here. We just play this now though. So if they kill it, it's fine, and if they don't kill it, we just take now their removal spell. Okay, and now we need to put the foot on the gas, because now it's just a race between whether we can actually kill them quickly enough or whether they find what they need. What's quicker, Cecil or Floodpits? I think Cecil, because it lets us also dig for land, because we need to map up here. Okay, so we find land. This can just enter tapped. We need like a counter spell now. That's pretty crucial. Oh no. I didn't realize this was a Kona deck. I didn't realize it was Kona. I thought this was the way they were doing it. Had I realized it was Kona, I could have killed it. I had everything in my hand to kill it. I thought this was a Reanimator deck. I mean, I thought they were trying to use this to get stuff from the graveyard. Well, we are just cooked now because of my misplay again, I think. Shoot the Sheriff Galter. Nowhere to run. This Kona. We will try, we will try. We can actually get rid of their... Huh, we can actually, you know what? Actually shuffle this thing away. It's not over, actually. I just realized it's not over. They sack it because they want to draw. What does that do? That's insane. I mean, just drew a whole bunch of cards. This is very cool. Hold on. Pay 2 life. Sacrifice a creature. Oh, because it's already... Oh, that's so cool. Oof, I really like this. Okay, well, we're going to have to hold up this Floodpits Drowner and all our interaction, basically. Keep getting in the air. I completely misread the room with this deck, though, I've got to say. remarkably not over yet, somehow. Don't think we're going to win, but we have a small chance here, actually. More than happy to take 6 here, I think. Got lots of life. We're just keeping attacking in the air here. Do we attack with the Cecil? I guess so. I think we are just attacking with Cecil here and stabbing this so that they can't block. Opponent scoops? I have no idea what was going on there. I mean, they drew basically their whole hand, and I was like thinking, okay, we're absolutely cooked here. And they drew like so many cards, and I misplayed on the Kona. But somehow this deck found a way. Man, I really have to get better at identifying the Kona deck. I always forget that it's not that I don't forget, I don't identify that that's what I'm playing against. And then I've got the removal in hand, but I just tap out because I don't think that's what I'm dealing with. It's pretty crazy. One goes first. This could be a good hand. Could also be a bad hand. Map token. What do you think this is? Control? Should we go for the Siren number 2? I don't know, usually I'd go for the Bat in this situation, but I'm happy to try something new. Floodpits Drowner, it's pretty good. Anything that has flash that can sort of disrupt the opponent might be good. It's not that, it's Simulacrum. Okay, well this Toshiba is going to be very important. So what do we do here? Do we bat up or do we hold the Tidebinder? I think we have to hold the Tidebinder. Oh wait, why did I use map token if I wanted to use the Tidebinder? Whoops. It's been a long day, guys, really. I've been playing a lot of Magic today, probably too much. Okay, we're going for the bat. That's what I meant to say. We're going for the bat play. Of course, that's the right thing to do here. Perilous Snare, Fire Crystal. You just take the snare, then they get the repurposing bay, but they don't have an artifact to sack. Oof, okay, I'm going to take the Perilous Snare. I think we're going to have to win quick here. And we can try to disrupt them with a Tidebinder to prevent one of these repurposing bays from actually happening. Okay. But we have to hold this Tidebinder, right? As much as I would love to do something else. Sawblade. Okay. They don't go for the bat. Interesting. Oh, they got another one. They're not interested in this bat. Should have put stun counters on this thing, right? For combat. Okay. Stun it. My turn. Land would be nice. Ugh. If we had land, we could also have played the Siren, which is so important to try and maximize the damage output that we need to. Okay, well this Tidebinder is going to have to get us a long way here. Tidebinder. I hope that's how it works. And we win! Hell yeah, baby. Okay, we beat the Jeskai Artifacts deck. I mean, Azorius Artifacts, but they play that red card to give everything haste. And man, I feel like I'm on the draw a lot, but at the same time, this deck is doing pretty well. I'm really impressed right now, honestly. See if our luck runs out here. Oof, okay, that's going to be tough because we're on the draw here. Well, we don't have many options. It's just this. Shoot the Sheriff could be relevant. Very important card for us, actually. Maybe we can use this Kaito to tap down their stuff. Let's see what they do this turn. Let's see how bad it is. Okay. They tap out. Since they tap out, we, with 100% certainty, just kill this. I think that is the only correct play if the opponent's tapped out there. Okay. Next turn, we can actually start tapping down their stuff with the Kaito. Let me just think a second. So option 1 is to get Kaito and tap this thing down, but they will keep getting value out of it. Option 2 is to try to Floodpits Drowner it and hope to get a land. I guess also if we, the problem is if we get this down, then it's vulnerable. Oof, I don't know what to do here. We don't have much time. We're about to time out. I think I'm gonna go for the Floodpits Drowner play. Just because it gives me a way of dealing with whatever they play this turn, hopefully. Bristly Bill, we can actually, oh, we can't counter it because they have the Animal Elves open. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad indeed. So I think I'm going to try and get rid of the Traveling Chocobo over the Bristly Bill. Was that a mistake? This thing just gives them gas and they're almost out of gas, I feel. I almost feel like my best shot is at getting rid of this Traveling Chocobo. They can't look at the top of their library. I could have also... maybe I made a mistake that I could have... No, I need to use my mana to... Okay, let's see if opponents got the Overprotect here or something like that. That'll be pretty sad for us. Not sure which of these is the better option. This prevents him from getting value because they're only down to 2 cards. Okay, it seems like they do have the protection though, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's not good. Okay, what do we do now? I think our situation is not looking good at all. So we can get Kaito down. I think we have to get Kaito down here. As much as I want to hit the bats. Yeah, I think we have to do this. Ninjutsu Kaito.
Watch closely. You're just in time to save the day.
And do we surveil or do we tap? It's 2 stun counters. That's quite a lot. Sleep Bill's going to be a problem. Okay, let's try this. Down another Siren. So we got lots of blockers to protect the Kaito. Tifa. I wonder why opponent cracked the land there, because they can't attack with Tifa yet, so why would they crack that land? What, I don't get this. I don't get this play. Why not do this next turn when Tifa has the ability to attack? I mean, they got 194.4, they can't attack. I don't get the idea here. Maybe opponent thinks they're in a very comfortable situation. And they're probably right, they are probably in a very comfortable situation, but nevertheless... 3-4. Okay, man, our situation here is pretty bad. So we can create a 2-2. I don't think we can really protect Kaito here. Oof. Can tap down Tifa for a while. Another Kaito. That's pretty good. Tap down Tifa, I think. This game is a bit crazy, but get down a bat. Store the game as long as possible here. Do this. Okay. We do have a sweeper that takes out a lot of stuff. We just have to find it. Still don't really understand fully why opponent is so keen on popping all their lands. Like, why not wait until they've got a clean attack? You can pay 5 to double the number of counters on anything. This doesn't kill us, so I don't think we block. Okay. Oh wait, we don't attack. No, hold on. Sorry, we don't attack. No attack. We just pay Kaito for full price here. And we tap down this Bristly Bill. Why not? I mean, we've certainly irritated the opponent here, so kind of like that. I mean, we were on 4 lands this whole game. It's pretty crazy. Just stalling the game here as long as possible, because we do actually have a sweeper. Yeah, we'll protect the Kaito here. Shoot the sheriff. Oh man, do we just take out... What do we kill here? Oof. We need to kill everything. Guess we take out... this. See if they've got protection here. If they do, we're just dead. Okay. Map up. And lock down Tifa. Okay. Oh boy, this is ridiculous. I don't know how we've been stalling this game so long. I think our luck is about to run out though. We are going to get smacked up in the next opportunity. We're actually not dead completely. We have the Siren. We can also create a 2/2. We have to kill this Tifa before... So how much is it? It's 4 mana to create a 2/2. I think we have to dig for removal though. I don't think we can be passive here. Siren. Stalls the game, but it's not really what we need right now. Opponent doubles the counters on everything, so everything goes nuts. They have another Traveling Chocobo. Oh man, if we had more land, we could actually counter it. It'd be nice if we had a sweeper in this deck. Currently, we have no real way of getting out of this situation. Okay, I think our luck's run out with there. It was fun. I mean, for me, I knew we were going to lose that game for a while, but it was fun sort of stalling the game as long as possible, and that is something that I have enjoyed with this deck. It's very good at sort of just stalling the game and irritating opponents. Okay, let's do one more. I've really enjoyed this game. It is pretty late here. It's like, what's the time? Hold on. It's 3:30 AM where I am. That's how you know when you've been playing Magic way too long. It's 3:30, time to go to sleep. Okay. Damn, no black mana. But we go first and we can stall the game with these counters. We have Kaito, but we don't have a creature to bring it down with. I think you mull this. Okay, this is better. This is definitely better. Gotta keep this because it's our Kaito engine. Gotta keep this because it's our other Kaito engine. I think it's between Floodpits and Deep-Cavern though. I think I'll put away the bat. Just because the Floodpits does give us the ability to flash in and deal with a problem. Reasonably happy with that idea. Let's see if I regret it. Green. I think we dig for land. I mean, okay, wait. It could be... it's probably the Landfall deck, so I think it's worth holding up this Floodpits Drowner. Just need Bill, so we can at least get rid of that problem. Otherwise, we wouldn't have much going on here. Tap down the Bristly Bill. Land. Okay, good. So now we actually have a choice. Do we get rid of the Bristly Bill? Or do we just go for Kaito? think it's Kaito because oof, it's just so much value. We can also actually bounce the Floodpits Drowner. I think we're going to bounce the Floodpits Drowner actually because it lets us do more stuff like this.
Looks like I gotta fight my way out of this one.
Steeple's tap down. We can tap it down even longer. Or we can surveil and look for stuff.
Your secrets.
I don't think we need another Floodpits Drowner, although maybe we do. I do. It's actually very good against them. It sort of resets their whole counters and stuff like that. Opponent has nothing here. We will happily pay 2 life for mana. We will just attack. And I think we will just tap down this Bristly Bill. Opponent could protect it, but we have Floodpits Drowners. That's pretty good.
Control the fight. Control the outcome.
Don't think we need to do more right now. Guess we could actually have just shuffled it away. I think I'd rather wait for end of their turn, see what they're up to. Like, this thing is locked down. I know that it gives other stuff that they have value, but we have lots of ways right now of shuffling their stuff away. So I think I'm okay. They play Hydra. They play land. So they can put counters on all their stuff. I think we can do this now before anything happens, right? Because they don't have the land yet. So let's just do this now. In case they have the protection. Oh man, when blue locks you down, it's very, very tough. It's very frustrating to deal with. Okay. Let's not get arrogant here. So, what is this thing? Shuffle this creature and target creature with a stun counter on it. 1 stun counter, 1 stun counter. So let's say they have the Snakeskin Veil. I think we try to do this first. Get rid of this Hydra. If they have the Snakeskin Veil, we can tap it down again. Okay, so we can just tap it down again, right? Put another stun counter on this thing. Attack. Kaito's got, so we need to get this up to +1. We need to be able to tap their stuff down. I think it's more important than surveilling. I think I'm happy to do this. I should have done this before combat though.
Never underestimate my skills.
I mean, our situation is not looking so bad. Opponent says good game. They scoop. Man, this deck is very interesting against Landfall. It has a lot of problems that a lot of things that they really struggle to deal with, specifically the ability to like tap their stuff down and sort of get around their hexproof stuff, because you can keep tapping their stuff down and returning stuff to your hand and playing it down. This deck feels very, very good to me. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I wanted to showcase this powerful Dimir Midrange deck by Sassafras that got me to Mythic, and I was really proud of that achievement. But I also want to say that for me personally, I don't want that to be the identity of this channel, like having to get to Mythic every season. I do enjoy being competitive in the arena, and I do want to become a better player. So I'm happy to aim for that and strive for that and try to do it, but I don't think that's the most important thing. Let's remember that we are here to have fun and also do creative stuff and stuff like that. It is kind of a balancing act, but I am very proud of the achievement, and let me revel in it for a moment while I have been able to do it this season. So I am very happy with that. In terms of this deck, I was trying to figure out why it's so good, because I just felt like every game it was doing really well for me. And I think the reason is that it's got such a favorable matchup against so many of the other meta decks. Against Control, the Kaito is a real problem for them to deal with. They cannot really use their sweepers, which is how they want to deal with most of these kinds of threats. The only card they really have is the Get Lost, but sometimes then they don't draw it, or sometimes then they have to tap out on their turn to deal with Kaito, and you can get an advantage that way. And then also against Control, we have a lot of flash creatures, and they really don't like that because they want to be reactive, but now at the end of their turn we're doing something, they have to counter it, and then we get to untap on our turn and apply pressure on them. So I think that's why it's really good against Control. Against Artifacts, it's very good, I believe, because of cards like the Tidebinder, the Bat, and the Phantom Interference, which sort of just disrupts their gameplay and maybe prevents them from doing the repurposing bay or getting Star Cage or something like that, so you can keep attacking with your creatures. And against aggro, we have a very favorable matchup because this deck has got a lot of removal in cards like Shoot the Sheriff, Nowhere to Run, Stab. It also has a Sweeper. It also has the Floodpits Drowner that against the mono green deck can shuffle away something that has a lot of counters, and also the Kaito can ninjutsu the Drowner and therefore get it back, and then you can keep tapping their stuff. And Kaito's also really good against aggro because it can just lock down the board. So kind of my reason for why this deck is performing very well, I just think it has very favorable matchups against a lot of the decks that you play currently in the meta, and because it can answer sort of all the problems, it just tends to do very well. So yeah, that's it, and I do really hope you enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed getting to Mythic, and if you enjoyed today's video and you enjoyed the gameplay, stay tuned and consider subscribing because there's going to be more nostalgic Necro coming soon.